answers all the questions. Who knows the answers.
Yeah.
Am I saying something?
Yeah.
We're questioning him about what he can do in our life and for us, and we already know what he can do because he's proven it over and over again. I was told that on every different level there's a what? A different devil. It's not the same one. So every different if every different level is a different devil, that means all the devils they really don't look alike. Right? So one might be bigger than the other. Huh? One might put more on you than the other one did, or just do like a little trick that was harder than what the other one did. But guess what though? Regardless of what, God has given you the authority, the power, to move mountains, to make things happen. But you gotta trust and believe that. A lot of us don't believe that. It says, okay, and then you say, you will be made free. Jesus said, most assuredly, I say to you, whoever commits sin is a slave to sin. Okay, Holy Ghost, I see you. All right, so that's saying this. If I commit a crime, right, I'm going to jail. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go be on probation, parole, something's going to happen, right? I can even die from that, right? What am I saying? I become enslaved. Once I get inside an institution that I can't get out of, we miss this a lot. Once I get locked up and I can't do what I want to do and I'm doing what somebody else tells me to do, I'm enslaved. I become a slave. So here's the thing. If the enemy continues to do what he does to me and I allow it, and then I start to fondle with it and continue to do exactly what I'm not supposed to do, I become a slave to that thing. Right. So if I'm committing adultery, if I'm committing idolatry, if I'm committing fornication, if I'm in homosexual acts, if I'm doing anything that's not of God, guess what happens? I become a slave to it. What's that mean? Now, the word of God says you can't serve two masters, but now I'm serving two masters because guess what I'm doing? If I became enslaved to something, that thing has become my master. Right. Does that make sense? Right. So that thing that I become enslaved to does what? It becomes my master. It holds the lock. It holds the key to the lock to my life now. I said this just as well. And what it does is now I've given them the strings, Amen. To public. I was asked a question one day, and somebody said, "Who knows what a ventriloquist is?" Everybody know what a ventriloquist is? Okay, and whoever don't, let me explain to you. A ventriloquist is someone that sits down and has a dummy on them, and they put their hand up the dummy's butt, right, and they make his mouth move, but they're really talking, right? Okay, somebody asked me, would you rather be the dummy or the ventriloquist? You say you'd rather be the ventriloquist? Why? Because you're in control? Okay, good answer, but I'm going to get to you anyway. Anybody else? Who would you rather be, the ventriloquist or the dummy? The dummy. You'd rather be the dummy. Why is that? I figured you did, and I love you though. Anybody else, would you rather be the ventriloquist or the dummy? Nobody?
I'd rather be the
ventriloquist? Why?
Because I'm
the head of the dummy. Okay, all right, good. Well, both of y'all got that answer. Okay, anybody else? Ventriloquist or the dummy? Anybody want to play? Y'all want to play? Nobody want to play? Ventriloquist or the dummy? Anybody else? Y'all don't know, do y'all? That's hard with that.
I think I just want to be the dummy.
You want to be the dummy too?
I think I want.
Why you want to be the dummy?
Because I'm just chilling.
You just chilling with something up your butt. Okay.
I'll be the dummy.
You be the dummy too. Okay. All right, dummies. I got something for all y'all right now. Dummies and ventriloquists. Guess what? I wouldn't want to be either. I'm going to tell you why. Because here's the thing with the dummy. First of all, somebody's making me talk.
Right.
And here's the thing with the ventriloquist. Why would I want somebody else to talk for me?
Oh, okay. Talk, Pastor. We don't know these things.
Just so I can get my point across, I'm making somebody else talk for me.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
No. No. The word of God says who the Son sets free, who the Son makes free is what? Free. Come on now. So that means I'm free from enslavement. I'm free from encampment. I'm free from these things now. You see what I'm saying? I become free. It's no longer am I in bondage anymore. Huh? So here's the thing. I don't want nobody, because see, I've been to jail before. So because I've been in jail, I was a ventriloquist for a long time, making a lot of dummies talk for me. Huh? I did that. So I know how it works. But guess what I was doing? I'm manipulating minds to do the wrong thing. Right? When I should be doing my own dirty work. Am I talking to somebody? Huh? So now guess what? Now I become free because he says who the Son sets free. Huh? That means that I am no longer in bondage.
Amen.
I am no longer enslaved. I am no longer encamped by your nonsense and by your shenanigans. You can't hold me down.
Amen.
Huh? I'm not going to allow it to happen. Because guess what? I am no longer enslaved. A lot of us are enslaved, not just physically, because I just talked about being in jail, but I'm talking about a lot of us are enslaved mentally. But the Lord is talking about being enslaved spiritually. See, a lot of us are still in spiritual enslavement. We're still trying to do things the old time way how everybody else did things. And guess what? The way grandma and great-grandmama didn't work for grandma and great-grandmama.
Come on now.
Huh? You want to know why it's not going to work for us now? Because so many different things are happening now.
Yes. Amen.
Huh? I talked about this. Why I got to explain to my son if he watching TV, two men kissing each other? I got to explain that to him. But I have to. I have to. See, granddaddy and grandmama didn't have to worry about this. Am I lying?
Amen.
Because they didn't play that back then. Can I be real?
Yes.
Huh? I had to explain that. Now we got to explain more divorces than anything. Grandma and them, great-grandma and them had to explain those type of things back in the day. Huh? I'm not saying things didn't happen. But certain ways to deal with stuff has changed now. Right? So the things that grandma and great-grandma and granddaddy and them did ain't not going to work for us.
Right.
God is doing a new thing. Who the Son set free is free indeed. The way we used to church, we don't church no more. Because now we understand who the church is. Huh? For so many years, we thought this was the church.
Come on now.
Am I lying?
Amen.
You going to church? That's the first thing we say. You going to church? Oh, I'm going to church. I'm going to church too. Okay, you going to church, then what happens?
Right.
Then what?
You just sit inside the building.
That's it? Huh?
Amen.
Then what? Because after you leave church, what happened then?
Go back straight to the spot and get high.
Exactly.
Come
Church. What's the church? We got to get back to the realness of this thing. We have to stop lying to our folks and stop lying. It says the truth. The word of God says the truth. In John. Am I lying? It says the truth. The truth. The truth will make you free. It will make you free. Not just set. See, I can set a captive away, and guess what? I go back and get him. Once I made you something, let's be honest, okay? I ain't voting. I know this gonna be on Facebook Live, but I ain't voted at all. But guess what? They made Trump the president. So guess what? He's the president.
Right.
Nobody set him up just to be president. They made him the president.
Right.
That happened. That's life. Get over it. Now we got to go on with life. But here's the thing. What am I saying? So guess what? We can't just be set anything. Only thing we can be set is apart from something. Does that make sense? Because the God has called us to be holy. So we're different. So when we're holy, that means we're set apart from the nonsense. We're set apart from the shenanigans. We're set apart from things of the world now. Yeah. Huh? Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. I love it. It says what? Trust in who?
The Lord.
No, I said trust in me.
No, it says the Lord.
Trust in Pastor Larry. Trust in Reverend Oscar. Trust in Lady Calencia. Huh? We're going to trust in Lady Tiana. Trust in Chris. Huh? Trust in John. We read out of John, so we trust in, we should trust in John. So what should we trust in? With all what? With some of our heart.
No.
The whole thing, not half.
Just every little
Trust in
heartbeat.
God wholeheartedly.
Every little beat of your heart. Every little beat you take, it will be there. Every little bit of my heart. How much of my heart?
Oh.
Then what? Lean not what? Lean what?
Lean not to our understanding.
So I can't lean?
Understanding of God.
I can't sip lean and do nothing. I can't lean. So a stand-up cat shouldn't lean. What you telling me?
Oh, stand up, cat.
Y'all catch that later. Don't worry about it. That's good. So stand-up cat, that's all right. We're going to go there. But I'm just saying, what y'all telling me though? Huh? So it says lean what? Not to thine own what? So here's my thing. What I think I understand don't mean nothing to God.
Come on, sir. Press down. Yes.
Come on, help.
What I was told, what's understood don't even need to be explained. Don't even need to be explained.
Yeah.
Now see, look at that. I just did this last night and I do it again. This show you how cliches can mean so much to you. I was told that what's understood needs not to be explained. The word of God says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, lean not to my own understanding. So guess what? If I'm told that, you know what I'm saying, what's understood needs not to be explained, then I already know if I just trust in the Lord, everything gonna be all right. Now, this is what I just said. What's understood needs not to be explained, right? But if I trust in the Lord with all thy heart, lean not to my own what? Understand. But it also, now again, let me try it again. What's understood needs not to be
Explain.
trust in the Lord with all thy heart, lean not to my own.
Understanding.
So what's understood needs not to be
Explain.
trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not to my own.
Understand.
Y'all gonna catch this in a minute. So here's the thing. What's understood needs not to be what?
Explain.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not to thine own.
Understanding.
Y'all still don't get it, do you? Huh? Y'all still don't get it, do you? Y'all still don't get it, do you? Huh? I'm just saying. So I trust the Lord with all thy heart, lean not to my own understanding. Then what do I do? Acknowledge what? Acknowledge your sin.
No, acknowledge God.
Acknowledge you.
Acknowledge God.
And then what? So if I acknowledge him, then what? He'll do what?
Direction.
Come on, man. Come on. If we acknowledge him, right? Listen, I was talking to the older pastor one time. We were all talking. Everybody was having fun, laughing, joking, and they was talking about some man. Like, you know, the word of God says, seek ye the kingdom of God and all its righteousness. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it says. And they like, man, so what you mean? So how we do it ain't the way it's supposed to be done. I said, I'm not saying that you do it how you do it. I'm doing it how God has instructed me to do it. They said, how do you see God? I said, like this. Huh? Because it says, seek ye the kingdom of God on his righteousness, right? On its righteousness and everything else.
Will be added.
Huh? But you got to seek him first, right? So I'm seeking him first, then I don't have to worry about everything else. Am I helping you?
Yes, God.
I got to seek him though, right? Okay, let me try this again. Now, see, I'm almost done. That's what I love about this. All right, now it says, a slave does not abide in the house forever. Here's the thing. So if a slave is in the house, it does not abide in the house forever, right? So here's the thing about the slave. Now, that means that a slave can get cut off at any time. Huh? A slave can get thrown right back out to where it came from, right? Now, it also says, a slave does not abide in the house forever, but a son abides forever. Are we slaves or are we children of the king?
Children of the King.
Come on, servant.
Hallelujah, God.
Are we slaves or are we children of the king? Because here's the thing. If we're slaves, right, then that means that it's a master that tells us, we talking about, yes, sir, master, no, sir, master, whatever you say, master. But when you're a son and a daughter
King.
of a king,
Come on.
that makes you a prince or a princess. So you're royalty now. So now the way you talk, the way you walk is different from how you used to walk and how you used to talk. It's totally different now. I'm just telling you what the word of God says. Right here in your face. Everybody read what I'm reading, right? Am I lying? This is what the word of God says. See, that's one thing y'all ain't got to worry about here, because I'm going to tell you what the word says, not what I say. All right? And I'm just telling you what the word of God says. It says, and a slave does not abide in the house forever. Okay, so that means the slave is not even welcome in the house. Huh? We had,
Come on.
they had a thing called the field Negro, right? And the house Negro. Huh? Huh?
Oh, make it
Huh?
plain.
The field Negro couldn't come in the house.
Come on.
Huh? But it was something special about that house Negro.
Right.
Huh?
Cleaned up a little bit.
It just cleaned up a little better. But here's the thing though. But it was something most special about the son and the daughter.
Yes.
Guess what the house Negro did get to do though? The house Negro got to teach the son and the daughter. Huh?
Right.
And the son and the daughter became what? Became heirs to that thing.
Yeah.
And then what the son and daughter would do, watch this. Now read what I'm reading now. It says a slave does not abide in the house forever. We talking about a house Negro right now. We ain't talking about the field Negro, right?
Right.
Okay? Guess what happens to the house Negro when the son and daughter grows up?
Hey.
They make that slave free. That slave don't even abide no more. It's not even a slave no more. You wanna know why? Because now that house Negro, what had happened back in those days, it taught that son and that daughter, and it became like a mother or a father or, you know what I'm saying, to that child. And that child grew respect for that house Negro.
Yeah.
No longer was a house Negro anymore. What I'm saying is was no longer a slave anymore.
Yeah.
Huh? Was no longer a slave anymore. It was made free by that child that it raised up. Wow.
Yeah.
It trained. Huh? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now this is what it says. It says a slave does not abide in the house forever, but a son abides forever. That means regardless of what happens, the son is still going to be there. It says that therefore if the son makes you free, you shall be free indeed. Listen, do you understand that we ain't talking about the S-U-N, right? Even though we know the sun shines. What son are we talking about? We're talking about Jesus.